everybody. Just get my laptop set up real quick, so just give me a second. I am getting this to go. And if you're live, you should be able to see my piece of wood. Oh, there was a little moth. And if you can hear me, put in chat that you can hear me. I would appreciate that. Waiting for Studio to come up so I can put the live on my laptop so I can see everybody. Oh, you know what? I think I know what the problem is. My garage doors. There we go. That should be better. Alright. Who's in here? Dad. Bubba got one. Nice. Awesome. Dad's in here, Amy Jo's in here, Uncle Steve's in here, Aiden's in here. So what I'm going to try and do tonight is I want to do a wood spirit. I'm kind of Halloweened out, and I'm alright with that. I know Halloween will be back next year, but I want to do a wood spirit, and I've really been wanting to incorporate a cross coming out of the wood spirit's head. I don't know how I'm going to achieve this, but I'm going to try. So Vincent, good. Thank you for being here. And I want to get a hold of you, buddy. The next couple of weeks, if you're still good in November, maybe we can get you on the show. I know next week we have a guest. This week we have a guest, but let's check like 2 weeks, see if we can't get you on the show. I'd like to get you on the show. I want to see a picture of the deer. I do. So generally when you're doing the wood spirit, you would measure down. I mean, most people do from the top. I am going to come down a little further and start them off. Hey, Tracy. Because I want to bring the cross up into this section and put it in. So we're gonna see. So right now I'm just gonna change my bit a little bit. And speaking of bits, I did get some new bits in the mail today, which I hope I'm going to be happy about. I have seen Amy and Joe use them quite a bit, and listening to Matt Carves and watching him, he talks about them all the time. So let's see what we can do with them. Some bowl bits. They're still in the packaging. I don't know if you guys can see them that well. But some bowl bits, and I believe they're called the T-bits. So we're going to try those out, see what happens. Sounds like venison, Kevin. To be honest with you, if Bubba just got a deer, they're having some backstrap, and potatoes. All right, let's just clean this up a little bit. And can you guys hear me all right? I'm trying to use the headphones, so maybe it'll cut some of the noise down. Hey, Jeanette. What's up? Thank you guys for being here. If you guys haven't yet, hit that like button. And if you're watching in the background and you haven't subscribed, try to subscribe. I think you will be happy. I try to put out some pretty decent content, and the community that we belong in is awesome. You will end up making friends and seeing all kinds of cool people do some awesome work. And for those that don't know, Mr. Kevin Durica, is going to be live with me tomorrow because Professor Rusty has some work stuff he's got to do. So stop in and check out what Kevin and I have in store for you. I mean, Kevin's got some really cool stuff. I can't wait to see it. So I have a question. And I've noticed this. How was your day? My day was great. So I've noticed that I do this, and I don't know why. Does anybody else carve with their pinky out? I do it so often, and I use it to help brace. But it's kind of like I'm drinking a fancy cup of tea with my pinky flipped. Yeah, the pinky. It's crazy. I don't know why I do it. I know I do it to help stabilize the wood, but why? I don't know. It's weird. I do it. But yeah, if you haven't hit the like and subscribe button, please do so. I would love to hit 2,000 subs. I am dainty. I would love to hit 2,000 subs by the end of the year. That would be fantastic. Hey, Dan Bowman. You carve with your pinky up? That's funny. So before anybody asks, I do not know what kind of wood this is. It does not seem or smell like cedar, but it does look like it's a very furry wood. So I'm wondering if it's some type of pine. That's what I'm wondering. And if you ask where I get my wood, it's called fog wood, F-O-G, found on the ground. So how's everybody doing this Wednesday night? I am excited to be here. I am happy. It's Wednesday. I am feeling better, feeling much better. And I just can't complain about a thing. It's almost the weekend, which is really cool. And looks like there's 134 people watching. So if 134 people can hit that like button, that would be fantastic. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the weekend. Oh, am I looking forward to the weekend? It sounds like my wife is going out of town Friday night and part of Saturday. She's going to go run a 5K with my daughter, so that'll be cool. Good for them. And we'll go from there. So I think I'm gonna, this is kind of gonna be my, if you can see it, my woodspirit start line, because like I said, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I really want to incorporate a cross coming out of the woodspirit and blending into his nose. So from his nose up through the forehead, I want to put a cross in here. It doesn't have to be a huge cross, but it's just something that's been on my mind, and it has just been there. So I feel like I really need to try and do that. Maybe it's because of all the spooky carvings I did over Halloween, saying, hey, you need to equal this stuff out. We'll see. I'm not good enough to carve Jesus yet, but one day. So this is a big chunk of wood, if you guys couldn't tell. It's probably 4 or 5 inches wide, and it's a few feet long, 2 or 3 feet. So we're gonna work on it. But yeah, if you haven't, like and subscribe, and I want to get to it. And this is definitely a hardwood. Either a hardwood or it is not ready to carve yet, because it is not being nice with this new bird. So those are just the lines to where I want the wood spirit to fit in, just in case you guys were wondering. Now, I'm going to take my pen, mark off about where I want the nose, and then find center line. So I think my nose, it's going to be a pretty short head, will be good here. So that's going to be the top of my nose. And I'm going to center it up better. And that's going to be the bottom of the nose. Maybe I didn't do that bad at centering it. What I will do is, I feel like Matt carves. I'm using other utensils to try and figure out where my center point is. He's really good at it. So I'm thinking 3 inches. It's going to be close. This is a roly-poly piece of wood, but maybe a little bit more this way. Cool. Awesome. I'm going to go with flame burn. This wood's just a little hard. Kevin, I can't see what you're talking about a chop saw or table saw. What are you talking about over there? And then we're going to kind of give him a honking nose because I want him to, he's going to be pretty big. Now the nice thing with this is just starting. I can always come further down with the face, the beard, the mustache, and everything, but this is just where the eyes, the nose are going to be. I'll work everything else later, and then from here I'm going to work up from the nose where that cross is going to go. if you're a regular, thank you for being here. I do appreciate it. How's the noise since I have these headphones on? Is the noise any better? I'm just curious. Up for a little bit and try and get that nose deeper on the sides. Blotto, I have a fan right next to me blowing all this stuff away from me. And I have the doors open, all the dust is escaping. So I am good. I am good. And thank you for being here. I haven't seen you in a while. Everything going good? Those are 200 people watching. Try and hit that like button if you guys don't mind. I would appreciate it. Lotto, how's your wife doing? I believe it is some type of pine or a harder wood because it is definitely furry. But other than that, I don't know. A lot of the stuff, like I've mentioned before, I find on the road. So it's hardwood found on the ground. But it is definitely hard. I don't think it's oak. I think it's oak hard. maybe it's just not ready to be carved, because there are some areas that go really nice, but I either need to go slower on my depth because it's having a hard time, or it's just that hard. But now shaving that off, it's taking that no problem. So I'm gonna guess I'm trying to ask the fur to do way too much. And if you channel want, Mike is making stuff. Channel member for 6 months. Let's go! What up, bro? Thank you, Mike, and I do appreciate you, my friend. I do. Looking on those likes. Are we close to 100 likes? That'd be awesome if we could hit 100 likes on it. And we have a few subscribers. Hey TNT, how are you doing? You know, I gotta tell you guys that are always here week after week, man, you guys make this worth happening. You make this worth doing. I appreciate you. And I appreciate hanging out with you. So I just need you to know that from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Because whether you're a channel member or a subscriber, or no matter what, when you're here, I appreciate the fact that you're here. And BNTA, hello. I can't pronounce that, but I'm glad you're here. So yeah, thank you guys very much, because you guys are like the core group of people that are here week in and week out. We watch the videos, hang out, we chat, and I appreciate that more than you know. And put your channels in the comments, you know, maybe you can pick up some subscribers also. You know how that works, so don't be ashamed. Hey, woodworkingtips too. You can hardly hear me talk. Is that any better? I just put the mic a little bit. Thank you. Thank you, TNT. Thank you for being here. So what I'm doing right now is I'm working the nose back. And I'm working the nose back and the forehead in to give a slant to the nose. And then once I get the eyes and stuff in place and the nose to the depth that I want, I'm going to work on where I'm going to put this cross, because I really want I really want the nose and the cross to be one. I don't know how that's going to look. I don't know if it's going to be strange. That's just a vision that I have in my head. And that's what I'm going to go with. The nice thing about carving, you'll hear it from a lot of people, you just go deeper. So if you don't work it now, continue to go deeper. Like I know that nose has to go deeper. The cheeks, what's going to be my cheeks have to go deeper. So we're just working with it. I do not, and I'll show you this. I do not want to lose any of the width of the nose here, because that is eventually going to be the start of my cross coming through the forehead, out, and then up. I do know that. I do know that's where I'm going to have it. But we got to get to that point. So we have a really cool guest tomorrow on our live stream. Rusty, the professor, has to work, so Kevin Duriga said he would fill in for Rusty this week and hang out with us. And really, I think he's got some exciting things to show you guys. He will be starting his own channel pretty soon. I'm not exactly sure when, but he's got a different spin on what his channel is going to be like. I'm not going to give that away, but he will have, I believe he will have some items to show you all. So stop into the live and check it out. I'm pretty excited for him. I can't wait. Man, he's always got good ideas for me, so I can't imagine his idea is not working. Take the front of this down, because generally what I do is I'll wait and I'll have a big chunk of wood that I've got to get rid of. So I am going to work on that now, but I'm going to switch to a bigger burr. Yeah, TNT. You know, I am thoroughly excited for Kevin, because he does have some really good ideas. I know what his channel is going to be about. We've talked about it, and I think it's a great idea. I honestly do think that it's something that is either missing from YouTube or you don't see a lot of. So I'm excited for him for that fact. So when he gets his channel up, I think that is going to be awesome for him. I am still learning how to carve, just like a lot of people. But just to let you know what I'm doing for those that might have questions, or those that might not know, you will hear the term carve, carve deeper, and that is true. That is the general rule, just carve deeper. But what I'm doing is, and this wood is so hard, so that's why it's taking a little bit longer. The nose, I want to get the depth of the nose down to where the nose is sticking out enough to where it looks like it's a natural nose, which shouldn't take too long. But also, if you can see here, how I've started to taper it back, it's going to slope back into the forehead like a nose does. So it's going to look good. And then up here, once I start working on this forehead, I'm going to bring the cross up here and then come out and then stub it off up here. Hoping it looks good. It's my idea. We'll go with it. If it doesn't look good, I tried. And that's the big thing. Trying. Kevin's trying something different on his channel, and that's awesome. I love wood spirits, and I just want to be a little bit different with some of the things that I do. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel, and I am learning just like everybody else. But definitely just want to try things a little bit different, think outside the box, and go from there. You will never know until you try. And if you try to hit that like button, that would be awesome. How many likes do we have? I can't see the screen that well. 75, approaching 100. If you could hit that, I'd love to hit 100 likes tonight. 100 likes on a Wednesday? Man, that would be awesome. Since there's 200 people watching, 200 likes on a Wednesday would be even better. But I will take 100 or more. Appreciate you being here. That is 100% the truth. And you guys with channels, I don't see many links going out. So why don't you guys start throwing out some links to your channels? Now next week we have a really awesome guest coming. Not that Kevin's not awesome this week. 81 likes, let's go. 19 away from 100. Let's hit that 100 mark. That would be fantastic. Next week, I gotta remember how to, November 6th, yes. I need to remember how to say his name. Sprague wood turning. He will be here. Tanakar, thank you for being here. If you are into wood turning, if you like wood turning, if you like to watch wood turning, 100% next week, you are going to want to be here, and you're not going to want to miss November 6th. Our guest that day is going to be an awesome time. He's got an awesome channel, and I'm really looking forward to that one. Kevin, not that I'm not looking forward to you. I am looking forward to you. But I asked Rock Woodturning a few months ago if he would come and hang out with us one night, and he was redoing his shop, which I completely understand. But now his shop is ready, and he's ready, so we get a chance to hang out with him, and that's pretty cool. So much of this vase depends on the eyes and the nose. So if it seems like I'm really spending some time here, I am. Because the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, that all has to fit into place for me before the mouth does, before anything else does. So that's why I went really deep on the eyes just there. Because I know I'm going deeper with everything to make that nose stand out. Yeah, he does seem like he cares a lot. The videos I saw of him and the work he does, I see that. I feel that from him. About this wood being so hard is I really don't have to worry about it chipping away. It just takes a little bit longer to get to where I want to be. But I think in this case that's going to be alright. Doing well. Hey Kevin, if you could, can you throw out, for people that might be interested, since not a lot of people throwing channels out, can you throw out Matt Carve's channel, Rhinestone Suzanne's channel, Amy Joe's channel, Karen the Boss Lady, Creation Dust, and can you throw those channels out for me? Anybody else in chat that wants to grow your channel? if I didn't say it, don't forget Matt Carve. Matt Carve is definitely someone you want to watch if you're learning how to carve. Alright, so you can start seeing the nose a little bit better, how it's starting to stick out. So I'm going to leave that about right there, work on the forehead, get the forehead back, and then work on where I'm going to place that cross. Because that really is what I hope to be the focus of this piece. I really do. So for some of you people that are watching, still shows 130 watching. Speak up in chat if you'd like. Say hello, say hi. We don't bite. People in chat loves to talk to you, and I love talking to you. So speak up, say hello, and enjoy yourself. If this is your first time to the channel, thank you for being here. I do appreciate it. And you guys that are here all the time, you know I appreciate you. Hey Dustin. Start. I'm very interested in starting this woodworking. What should I do first? I have no experience with tools, what I need to buy, and can I do it on cedar? Yes, you can do it on cedar, and yes, you just need to start. Buy a tape measure, buy a saw, some screws, maybe a drill. You don't need a lot to start woodworking. You really don't. Get the basic function of cutting the wood, measuring the wood, and make a box flat out. Buy enough tools or get enough tools to be able to make a box. Biggest thing is 90% of what you're going to make will in some way, shape, or form incorporate a box. If you can make a box, you can move out from there and make it just about anything else. I just have a regular Ryobi. And Kevin's got a good question. Are you looking to carve or are you looking to do woodworking? I do both. Kevin does some, but I just use the normal woodworking tools that you can get from Home Depot. Flat out. Ryobi, everything. Yeah, Mike is making stuff. That's a very good quote, and I think I'm going to pin that somewhere. Woodworking is a very involved way to say I make boxes. Yes, yes, yes. Everything in woodworking starts off with a box or a rectangle or something, and that is exactly where you start at. And I'm excited that you're thinking about getting into woodworking because, you know, there's a lot of great woodworkers in this community. who I know would be really willing to help you. I would be willing to help you. And a lot of great videos. And when somebody wants to learn, there's one thing I know about this community. They're not going to push them aside. So that's awesome. Congratulations. And I really do hope you start, whether it's woodworking, wood turning, carving, just start. Just start. Jose, hello Jose. That is the biggest thing. But be safe. Start and be safe. Hey, resignating heart. If you guys haven't hit the like button yet, hit that like button for me, please. So I am done with Halloween cards this year. I've had some fun with some Halloween cards. It was a good time this year. I really needed to get back into the Halloween spirit, and you guys helped me do that, and I appreciate that. So I'm moving on to different carvings. Next year I will do more Halloween cards, and thank you for putting up with me through my Halloween cheer. And you know, Justin, thinking about you wanting to learn and get into woodworking, a simple butt joint is a good way to start. Figure out how to cut the wood straight, which is pretty easy, and butt some wood up together, screw it together, nail it together, whatever you gotta do. Use cedar fence pickets, use pallets. You can use pallets to do a lot of great stuff. Mike is making stuff. Wow, this is some really fuzzy wood. Mike is making stuff. Just did a live the other day. He did a couple of them, so I'm not sure which one it was. But he showed this outdoor bench that he made out of pallet wood, and it was freaking amazing. It was awesome. Mike, put your channel up there. And you're still here, aren't you, Mike? I hope so. It was amazing. It truly was. The things you can make out of cheap wood, and don't go out and buy overly expensive, overly priced wood right off the bat. Use junk wood like pallets or cedar fence pickets, stuff like that to learn on. A lot of people make the mistake of going out and buying expensive cedar, oak. Then you're in a really good position. Start off with that stuff. Hey, Muddy Mud Dog, and learn there before you get up into the exotic woods. That's about the best advice I can give you, besides start. You know, I think that's a fair assumption right there, Kevin. About $200 for a good flex shaft, whether you go with the V4 that I use, the good burrs and stuff, and you can carve wood off the ground. I mean, that every piece of wood I carve on this channel has been found laying on the ground. That is why in most cases it's funny. I have no clue as to what I'm carving because it's just been on the side of the road. But $200, I say that's probably a fair assessment. And we have, if you get into carving, we have just as many awesome carvers in this community as we do woodworkers. So you're in the right spot if you want to learn something. That is the truth. And if you haven't yet, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hang out for a little bit, and see what this community is about. I am not. I belong to a really excellent community that is resin artists, chainsaw carvers, woodworkers, you name it, it is all here. And I love that. There's almost never a time that you have a question that somebody can't answer. And that is cool. What I'm going to do here is just to start getting it into place. You can see, so I'm pretty sure you can. At least the eyes, the nose, and the forehead are starting to take shape. I'll be able to get this forehead to go back and slope back a little bit better. The nose eventually is going to pop a little bit more. I may need to take that a little bit deeper. We'll see. Kirby and Bert, thank you for being here. It's kind of like Bert and Ernie. That's cool. Hey, Bert. But I'm going to start working on the top piece here to where I'm going to put the cross. Once I get the cross into place, then I can start going from there. And once I get that into place, start taking stuff down, I will work on the mouth, the beard, the mustache, and all that. So, if you were curious as to what I was doing, I can make him an Indian. I haven't done an Indian. I eventually will do an Indian, but tonight I want to do this cross. This has been on my mind. It's been, you know what? I don't understand the cross either, but it has been on my mind to try and do. So I'm going to do it. It's just one of those things to where I feel like I need to do it. I feel like I need to try it and see how it comes out. It may be the dumbest thing in the world, but I'm trying something new. I want to try something a little bit different than other wood spirits and Indians. So we'll see. I mean, it could be the coolest thing. It could be the dumbest thing. We're going to see. Kind of one of those, you don't know until you try. And And if it is dumb, you don't have to do it again or do it differently. But for me, with all the stuff I've done for Halloween, and I am a Christian, I just feel like I need to incorporate a cross in one of my pieces, and it's been on my heart, and it's been on my mind. And like you will learn, and the reason my channel is I don't, listen, I want subs, I want likes, and I want people to hang out. But most of all, my channel. So if I want to try something that might not be the smartest thing to do, I want to do it. New to watching tonight, thank you for being here. If you haven't hit the like button yet, hit that like button. You know I would love to hit 100 likes. I don't know if we're there yet. If you haven't subscribed, try subscribe. It doesn't cost a penny to subscribe. Holy furry wood Batman. I look like a Sasquatch. Alright. Changing up burrs again. I'm like Sasquatch City. I'm like a bad date that hasn't shaved in 2 years. Because it will be a good time. So the nice thing about carving is we can kind of see how this is going to look beforehand, because I'm going to crudely draw a cross on here, and yes, I know it's going right through his forehead, and that is what I want it to do. So where the nose is, it's going to come up. And I'm going for it, whether it looks dumb or not. I'm going for it anyways. I'm just drawing it on to see whereabouts I want it. Because worst case scenario, it doesn't look good, but that's okay. It's for me. And you guys will have an idea of what not to do. Is a little crooked, but that's alright. What I do want to make sure of is I'm somewhat. This way, just slightly. Which would be cool. Alright, I think we're going to go for it. I think we're going to go for it. Hey, Clear Saunders, how are you? Awesome. it, I know it sounds weird now, but putting the cross in, it kind of, if you think about it, is the makings of a Norseman helmet. If you take the cross off right there, that would be part of the Norseman helmet. So that might be an idea for the future. Yes! But right now, we're doing the cross. Might not be the straightest cross, but dang it, it's going to be a cross. That's what's going to make me happy. I've done so much Halloween stuff this year, I feel like this is Carve telling me, hey, get back. Get back. That's cool. But I do enjoy Halloween. I enjoy Halloween. That's all. Alright, it's a little crooked, but you know what? I'm alright with that. Because I can either fix it or leave it. See you, Pilato. Jose, thank you for being here. If you guys haven't hit that like button, hit that like and subscribe button, please. I appreciate it. I have about 20 more minutes, so let's work on getting this taken down. I'm going to take this down, but I will work on another live doing the rest of it. Generally what I do is I'll start something, work on it for an hour, hour and a half, update it a little bit, come back on another live, and then work on finishing it, which works out really good. I'm not painting this one. Lord, I've painted enough carvings. This one is not getting painted. I can almost 100% tell you that as being truth. yet. Thank you guys for being here. Smells the background. So a couple days ago, my wife just walked into the garage. But a couple days ago, I didn't know she was here. And she scared the living crap out of me. I was focused, I was carving. She was 3 feet away from me. I stood up to walk out, and boom, just about pooped my pants. Because she was standing there. And yeah, that wasn't a good time at all. And I was over there smoking her cigar with the fan on. The cigar blew into my face. So I looked over and she was there. I didn't smell it last time. You know, putting the cross in this carving, like I said earlier, you know, just as Justin is thinking about learning or taking up woodworking, you won't know unless you try. And just like doing this carving, I wouldn't know how it would turn out unless I tried. And the worst thing is, if it doesn't look good, I wasted a couple hours of my life having fun talking to you guys and carving. If it ends up being a piece that I enjoy, then it was well worth it. So I guess the moral of that story is, try something new. Try it. You're never going to know unless you put the effort forward. Asher, I'm making a wood spirit, but I'm also incorporating a cross through it. It's a little bit different. So these are the eyes, the nose. I haven't started on the bottom half yet, but the nose is blending itself into a cross. And then once I get this down deeper, this to where I want it, I will work on the mouth, the beard, the mustache, and all that. But right now I'm basically working on the nose up. It is a little bit different of a wood spirit. It is a little bit different having a cross incorporated in the wood spirit. But it's something that has been on my mind and really in my head that I wanted to try. So that is why I'm trying it, and we're going to see how it comes out. But thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you, Amy. You know, it's kind of like woodworking and resin artists, carvers. I guess you could say I just try to put my own spin onto my carving. You know, a lot of people do wood spirits. Have not seen a lot of wood spirits with cross. And because it's been on my mind so much, it's something I wanted to try. Hey, Rosie. Alright, I forgot to carve this one line in. So I've got to carve that line in and then work around the cross to get to that side. No! And if you guys haven't hit the like button, please do. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe. I would love to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I don't know how close I am, but I know I'm not close. So, if you like what you're seeing, if you think this is interesting, by all means, hit that subscribe button. Hey, Jack Holland, thank you for being here. And you, everybody that's new to the channel, thank you for being here. I will thank you over and over and over again because I appreciate you being here. Just like the core group of people that always shows up to the live. I appreciate them immensely, and I appreciate you guys for taking time out of your day to be here. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I do appreciate it. I know I ask, hit the like, hit the subscribe. That goes without saying. But at the end of the day, I'm just happy you're here. $1.73 thousand. Wow, I hit 1,700. Well, that's awesome. I didn't realize that. Cool. Thank you, Amy. That's awesome. You guys are the best. Holy crap. Let's keep pushing. 2,000. Ace Frehley from Kiss wrote a song called 2,000 Man. If we hit 2,000 before the end of the year, I may go on the record and say, I will karaoke that song. Maybe. We'll see. I'll lose too many subs if I do that. We'll see. But awesome. 1,700. That's cool. Thank you all. So for those that don't know, when I'm doing a carving like this, yeah, my basic idea is I want a wood spirit and I want a cross. But as I work on it, if I see or if I think there's something that's going to look better with it or cooler with it, I will keep my original plan and also deviate to make it look different. I do that with everything. I was called a perfectionist one day, and I don't want to admit it, but maybe I truly am. I don't know necessarily if I am a perfectionist, but I wanted to, thank you for the jewels, thank you so much. I just have an idea in my mind of what I want it to look like, and I just try to achieve that or sometimes it's not easy. Holy crap, when I did that ghost lady, I was like, this chick's gonna be beautiful. This chick is gonna be awesome. She's gonna look deadly and terrifying. And it was terrifying, alright. Terrifyingly nothing as to what I wanted it to look like. But it still came out cool. And that's the cool thing with carving. You learn and do different stuff. So that's it. That is not it. It's not done, but I think I'm going to call that it for the night. I'm going to sit and talk with everybody in chat because I appreciate you guys being here. For those that aren't in chat, that are just kind of hanging out in the background, thank you so much for being here. It's been almost an hour and a half since I'm on, so I'll probably end up winding it up in about 5 minutes. Okay. Take it easy, Amy. Have a good night. But this is a good start. I'm really happy with this start. I've got the eyes in, I've got the forehead in, I've got the forehead tilted back. That's cool. I was able to blend the cross in to the nose, which is something that I was really looking to do. Next time I work on this, whether it's going to be a live or just sitting around, I'm going to bring this forehead in and kind of round it down into the bottom of the cross, and then see how much deeper I want to take the cross. I think I want to take the cross a little bit deeper, but there's a lot of work to do that again. Once I get that where I want it, I'm going to look at it, figure out what else I want to do with this, and then I will work on the beard, the mustache, and the mouth. So I think that's a good start. What do you guys think? Can you see it pretty good? It's a little crooked. I get it. I understand. But it's starting to head to where my vision is. So give me a second. Wipe myself off. And Kevin, are you excited for tomorrow? Are you excited for tomorrow, Kevin? I am excited for tomorrow. I'm going to stand up for a minute because my legs were hurting. I cannot wait to see what you bring in for the live, because I know it's going to be some good stuff. And for those that don't know, who haven't heard, Kevin is going to go live with me tomorrow on a one-on-one. We go live, or I go live, every Thursday night, most of the time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we invite guests on. We talk to them about woodworking. We've had some resin artists on. We've had some carvers on. A little bit of everything. And this week, Kevin's up, and he's going to be talking about what his new channel, I believe he's going to be talking about what his new channel is going to be like. But I also believe he's going to be bringing some items to share to kind of give a good idea. So if you're subscribed, if you're around, stop in tomorrow. We will be live from 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. to roughly about 8:30. We normally end up around 8:30. Sometimes we go a little bit longer, but hour and a half seems to be just about good. So check that out. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. But once again, thank you guys for being here so much. So honestly, in chat, what are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on this idea? And there is no baseball on, even better. Isn't like baseball over with? I heard that the Blue Jays didn't end up doing too good. Is there still a game 5 or 6? I know they kicked butt game 1, but then after that I heard they kind of shit the bed. Toronto's playing in the World Series and you're still coming on to the live? Holy crap, you are amazing. Hey Jeff, Derek, game on now. Have to go in there and watch it. Wrath now, thank you for being here. Derek, thank you for being here. The series is tied 2 each. Awesome. Now, you know what? I hope it goes to a game 7. I really do, because I mean that's what sports is about. You know, excitement, and I hope it goes to a game 7. I do hope Toronto wins, even though I'm from Michigan. But, you know, it's the excitement, it's the anticipation. So, but what do you guys think of this? What are your thoughts on what I'm trying to achieve with this? If anybody wants to give their thoughts and opinions, I welcome them, and I enjoy hearing them, quite honestly. I heard quite a few opinions on my ghost lady, and that was good. Awesome, Kevin, thank you. I think it will look great. I think it's going to look great too. I have this idea in my head, and as long as I can execute that idea, it'll be good. But hey, thank you guys. If you haven't hit that like and subscribe button, please do. And look forward to the live tomorrow. Come hang out with Kevin and I. We're going to have a good time. Kevin's going to bring some stuff. And, you know, hang out. It's a good time. There's a lot of great channels in chat during that live. So maybe you can jump onto some other channels that you may have never heard of before. But I am definitely going to go ahead and end this stream now. Looking good. Thank you, Derek. Definitely going to end the stream now because it's been about an hour and a half. I do 100% appreciate you guys being here. So thank you very much, and I hope to see you tomorrow night. Have a good night.